This is a paid advertisement on behalf of Headwater Gold. What's going on, guys? This is Aaron from Departures Capital, and we're here with Caleb Stroop, President and CEO of Headwater Gold. Pleasure to have you on today, Caleb. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. It's great to be here.
Yeah, it's an exciting time for gold. Hopefully, we're turning a corner here, and yeah, excited to be talking about the company. So, for investors who are new to Headwater Gold, can you introduce the company, tell us the story behind Headwater, and give us an overview of what you're building?
Yeah, so we're an exploration stage company focused on gold exploration in the Western U.S. And actually specifically focused on one type of high-grade gold deposit. Our main area of operation is Nevada, and this one type of high-grade gold deposit called epithermal gold vein systems is very common in Nevada and is responsible for a number of the very famous high-grade past producing districts across Nevada, and we think there's more to be found. And really, the overall model and goal of the company is to structure a business that positions us to go make the next big discovery. And yeah, we can talk about all the details of how we endeavor to do this. But the company's been around for 5 or 6 years. It's a public company listed on the CSE in Canada. And we've got a big portfolio of projects that's seeing a lot of exploration right now. I'm sure we'll touch on some of our partnerships, but with the news we announced this morning, we now have 7 projects in partnership with 3 big major gold producers. And that spans both in Nevada and into Idaho. So I think we're probably the most active exploration company focused on gold in the Western U.S.
Exactly. So let's touch on that then. So you recently announced that joint venture. Can you walk us through the deal, what it means for Headwater, and why you're excited about it?
Yeah, so this is a really exciting project and a really exciting deal that we've just put together with one of our existing partners, with Newmont. We previously had 2 projects in partnership with them, obviously great relationship, and are advancing those projects, for the last couple of years with them. And this came out of some generative work that we were doing behind the scenes, and announced that we acquired a big district scale land position over a really compelling alteration cell in the Walker Lane. Fortunately, we were able to consolidate the entire district. And we announced that just, I think, in May of this year in 2026. And we've been very busy advancing the targeting concepts and the next steps on that. And part of that has led to structuring this earning agreement with Newmont. So the agreement is very similar to the other deals within our partner side of the portfolio. It's a 3-stage earn-in where there's a stage 1 whereby they can earn an initial 51% interest in the asset for $10 million US of expenditures into the ground. Of that 10 million, $2.5 million is guaranteed. So they will have to spend that or pay us the difference in cash. The reality is, I think we'll get to work spending exploration expenditures very quickly out on this one. And if they make it to that $10 million stage 1 completion, they then have to spend $20 million, additional $20 million US, to get from 51 to 65%. And then there's a stage 3 whereby they must deliver a pre-feasibility study to get up to the ultimate 75% interest, leaving us with a retained carried 25% interest in that PFS stage. Plus, as is the case with all of our deals, at that final stage 3, we get a royalty interest as well. So in this case, it's a 2% NSR over the entirety of the project, resulting in really the upside scenario for our shareholders is a carried 25% interest plus a 2% royalty in a Newmont-sized PFS stage project in the world's best mining jurisdiction in Nevada.
That's great. So can you talk about Headwater Gold's business model a little more specifically, and what you believe differentiates the company from other junior gold explorers?
Yeah. So, I mean, really, Jupiter is a great example of our business model, whereby we are always undertaking a big generative program to look for new ideas, to options to acquire opportunities in great jurisdictions where we see upside for big discoveries that will get the major mining companies' attention. So we've had ongoing exploration across the Western U.S. for the life of the company, and that's resulted in the portfolio we have at present. Most of these projects were generated and staked on open ground by our team of geologists. And then we look to advance those to see really what the ultimate prize is at the end of the day and what's going to require to test that. And somewhere along the way, we make a decision whether we advance those ourselves through self-funded drilling or look to establish partnerships with big mining companies. Ultimately, look to identify that the counterparty that's going to build the mine in the end in a success scenario and bring them in from the beginning of the project's life cycle to fund the high risk capital to go test these ideas. So the end result of that is really it's a bit of it's almost like an intellectual property business where we use our internal intellectual property to acquire these assets and then pitch those ideas to the people who are scouring the planet for great ideas to explore for new mines and use their capital to validate and test those ideas, all while preserving our share structure and giving our shareholders essentially not one shot at a discovery, but multiple free shots at discoveries across a great jurisdiction like Nevada.
Very unique business model. So looking ahead, what are the biggest upcoming catalysts investors should be watching for, let's say over the next 6 to 12 months?
Yeah, so we actually have two active drill programs underway right now as we speak, both of which are funded by two different partners. We have Centerra drilling a project in Idaho called Crane Creek, and OceanaGold is funding a project in northern Nevada called Jake Creek. So both of those are very exciting, relatively new projects to our portfolio. And in both cases, they're the first drill programs that we've put into them. So both cases are very high upside, high grade epithermal targets that are currently being tested and again, fully funded by these partnerships. So those are underway right now. And within the next couple of months, we should have initial results back from those. And another item certainly to pay attention for is the next steps at this Jupiter project that we just announced. Obviously, we just announced it, and the plans are still coming together. But I think both parties are motivated to get to work right away and see some drilling as soon as we possibly can in the next several months, perhaps. So that all of that sort of culminates in a pretty active fall in terms of news flow and activity, and that doesn't even factor in all of the other background things that are going on, potentially new project acquisitions and advancements of some of the other projects in the portfolio. So it's certainly an active story. As I said, perhaps the most active exploration stage gold focus junior in the Western U.S.
Lots going on, and we'll have to have you back on to talk about that. So to wrap things up, what do you think investors should understand about Headwater Gold today? And, why should the company be on their radar?
Yeah, I mean, I think the investors that really see the value in Headwater are typically those that want opportunities for high leverage exploration stories. And the thing that we offer to that kind of investor is most of the upside that a traditional exploration story has, but a much reduced risk profile because we're using partner funded money, not shareholder capital, to advance the bulk of the exploration. We're also doing this at a scale that most companies aren't. We have multiple drill projects underway at any given time. So it's not a single asset, hit it or miss and, have to go back to the market and raise additional capital type of story. It's more of a business that now has a model with the flywheel in motion where we're continuing to test project after project after project. And in terms of those investors looking for the sort of upside that exploration success can deliver, I think we've done a good job protecting the downside as well.
Definitely, your business model is very unique, especially for the exploration space. So look forward to covering the story. Thank you for the information, the introduction. excited for you guys. So best of luck this fall, and we'll have you back on for more updates. Thanks.
Okay, thank you.